Good day, everyone. It's Kyle here. I hope you're doing well out there. And in today's video, I'm going to do a price update on Theta, as we did see the market as a whole pull back yesterday, and as a consequence, Theta did see some downside price action. I do cover Theta a fair bit on this channel, so if Theta is something that interests you, feel free to subscribe. For those of you that like to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or thetatv, I'll be leaving links for those in the description and the pinned comments down below. Let's get into the video. Starting off nice and easy here on Coinbase, looking at the 24-hour line chart, and we see yesterday's dumpy dump happen right here. Looks like Theta stuck in the bottom around $9.69 and has just been floating its way back to the upside ever since. Theta is still down 3.72% on the day. It is up 3% on the week, and the month is down 11%. 24-hour trade volume is up to 577 million, and the market cap is holding above 10 billion, coming in at 10.8 billion. Stopping over on CoinMarketCap, we see that Theta has dropped to rank number 21 and is currently trading at $10.84 at the time of recording. And here we have Theta up on the daily chart in TradingView. And for anyone that's looking to use TradingView, you can actually use it for free. So I'm going to leave a link for that in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. I do use a paid version of TradingView, but if you're new to TA, then the free version will do just fine. So we see yesterday's daily dump candle coming into the downside. I spoke of that as a possibility in the last video, and it has hit the first area of interest for me, which was the green 55 exponential. And we see that the candle body just managed to close up above that. When I toggle over to Bitcoin, I see Bitcoin's yesterday's candle looking the exact same as Theta's candle and closing just above the 55 as well. So in other words, Theta is moving in lockstep with the rest of the market, at least at the time of recording. One thing to keep on our radar here is that Theta has confirmed a lower high for the first time in a little while here, and obviously Theta does have a lower low right here. Now, typically I look for these to form. The kill zone, if you will, is going to be found between the 0.5 of the fib as well as the 0.618, and we do see that price action got pretty much right in the middle of those two and is rolling over to the downside. Now, I don't view that as a death sentence in the overall macro structure, but it does imply that there could be a little bit more downside price action for Theta. And my areas of interest remain the exact same that I mentioned in the last video. If it wants to continue to roll here, I'm going to be looking at the 0.236 coming in around $9.23. I do see the 89 exponential moving average working its way into confluence with that. And then down below that, of course, is this liquid zone with the top side coming in around $8.15 and the bottom side around $7.33. Now, unfortunately, when an asset runs up as wildly and fast as Theta has, and a lot of other coins have in the last couple months, unfortunately, they will enter into these greater macro consolidations. And the quicker they run up, the bigger and crazier these ranges get. Like if I stretch my my price range tool here, you can see that just between these two liquid zones, that this is a 42% range on the macro. So speaking to the very, very long term of things. Now, I'm not surprised by heavy pullbacks like this. I've been doing this a long time. This is so far normal behavior. It's just unfortunate that these ranges get so damn massive. So it makes it very hard to hang on to your positions. You see the diamond hands become paper hands really, really fast in these overall greater ranges. But seeing that Theta is trying to give us a little bit of a daily downtrend here, I don't view that as a death sentence for the long term, but it could be implying some more downside on the midterm. But I don't see any major doom for Theta on the long term until I start seeing price action take out this liquid zone down below. If I start to see candle bodies start taking out that liquid zone down below, that will be signaling to me that the bears could be taking over at that point in time. And keep in mind that the bottom side of that liquid zone is 32% down from where we're at right now. So it makes it very, very hard to make actionable decisions when you're in the middle of an overall greater range. And that's why I use confirmations. So in other words, if price action continues to roll down there, closing daily candle bodies below that liquid zone, that's when I look at it and I go, okay, maybe the sellers are taking over for the long term at that point in time. Now, to the inverse of that, I'm looking for daily candle body closures above the top side of this liquid zone coming in around the $15 mark. So basically, no doom for me until I see this liquid zone broken, and no moon for me until I see candle body closures above this liquid zone here. Now, in these liquid zones, you see the price action get in there. It doesn't stay there very long. Quick rejections to the downside and usually fairly steep rejections to the downside. In the inverse of that, we see price action getting down into the bottom liquid zone here. It doesn't stay there very long and produces a massive bounce to the upside. From this wick here up to this wick here, producing an 83% bounce. Now, we know by the behavior of the price action here that these are major areas of rejection and major areas of support. So if we get a candle body closure outside of this range, if it closes to the downside Or if it closes to the upside, it'll be the first time we've seen that in the overall consolidation on this overall greater macro structure, telling us that there's a major change between buyers and sellers. So if the bulls push a candle body closure above the top side of this, it becomes statistically probable that Theta is ready to enter a new uptrend to the upside, that the bulls are winning this battle. If it closes below that area, it's signaling that the bears could be potentially winning that battle. Now, if we get that daily candle body closure above the top side of that liquid zone, then my upside targets become completely valid. And the first area I'll be watching is the 1.414 coming in around $19.49. I would not be viewing that as a reversal point or a top for price action, but that is a very common area where traders, bots, algorithms will take a little bit of profit off the table. And a more common target above that is the 1.618, and you can see price action hesitate in those areas. So if Theta closes that daily candle body above the top side of this liquid zone and works its way to the upside and hesitates around there, that's likely what's going on there. So if you do see that happen over time, I would be looking towards the 2.618, which is way up here around the $30 mark. And then things won't move in a straight line. You don't have to take my word for it. You see things move up. You see these red candles along the way, these corrections along the way. That is normal price action. So you wouldn't see it happen necessarily just overnight, but those would be my targets over the long term. Now I'm going to peel this out to a weekly here because there's some significant things to pay attention to here as well. And that is that the 21 exponential moving average is working its way into that bottom liquid zone and is coming in around $7.54. So if price action did work its way down to there, that's likely an area where you'd see a fairly significant bounce. But seeing any weekly candle bodies close below that, and again, below the bottom side of that liquid zone, that's when I would be, that would be cause for concern, because at that point in time, we'd see this high here. We'd see a lower low for the first time in a while. So price action here, taking out the low of this candle here. And that would be more than confirming a lower high for the first time in a while. And we don't want to see a weekly downtrend begin to form on this chart, as that would be implying some longer term downside price action. But we are a long ways away from confirming that. But it is something we always want to keep on our radar so that we can have a plan for these kinds of things. And I'm not saying that the top is in and that we're going to be going down to the bottom. And I won't be saying that until I see this liquid zone taken out down below. As of right now, the market is still in overall macro bullish conditions, and this sideways range could play out for quite some time yet as Theta consolidates, builds up pressure. And the longer it goes on for, assuming it doesn't take out this liquid zone down below, the more pressure it's going to build up and the more sensational the move could be to the upside. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that, keep our eyes peeled on that. So downside areas of interest, 0.236 coming in around $9.24. Of course, the liquid zone that has a top side coming in around $8.15, and then that bottom side around $7.34. So the top side over time, we want to pay attention to $15, looking for those daily candle body closures above that level there, as that would be invalidating the potential daily downtrend that's forming here, and it would put things back into bull mode. That's when Theta would be signaling to us that it's ready to make some massive moves to the upside. So at the end of the day, all we can do is try to be as strategic as possible, try to buy the dips, try to strategize, have a plan. You don't want to chase these pumps because you often end up catching the dumps. And in this case here, I mean, if you bought this wick here down to the bottom of that wick there, that was a 30% pullback. That's no joke. Not very much fun sitting through that. And from this wick down to this wick here, that was a 54% pullback. So at the end of the day, you want to try to be as strategic as you know how to be and try to avoid those scenarios so that you don't see those massive drawdowns on your portfolio. But at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, price action staying between these two purple boxes is overall fine for the long term, for the macro structure of this. Anyhow, hope you're all doing well out there. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until I do, have yourselves a powerful day.